Okay, so as a lot of you already know, because it's been mentioned multiple times, today is Ignite's 5th birthday. Which got me thinking, what do we do to mark a birthday? Well, apart from getting horribly drunk, eating lots of cake and weeping, which to be fair could just be a description of my Saturday night, we also tend to give the birthday person a gift. So a gift is essentially an item that one person gives to another without expectation of monetary return. The gifts we give can largely be thought of as two different types. There are tactical gifts, which are essentially gifts that we give to people to form or cement a friendship, to show off our status or generosity, or to try and woo a mate. Something that men do more often than women, by the way. The other type of gift that there are situational gifts. And these are gifts that we give at specific times, such as rites of passage. So they might include getting married, graduating, coming of age, or successfully hatching a new human, like Tom Williamson has managed to do. We also give gifts at specific celebratory times. Some of these are annual, such as birthdays, Christmas, and Ed Balls Day. What's next? I can't do all the work here, guys. The way we spend money on gifts and who we give the most expensive gifts to is surprisingly predictable. So we give more expensive gifts to close kin than we do to close friends, and then less expensive gifts on more loose kin. But the person we spend the most amount of money on is probably our significant other. Now, it's been suggested that this hierarchy of gift giving kind of reflects something in our nature, that there's a Darwinian element to it. Us, as reproductive machines, value our reproductive partner more than most other people, and we value our close kin more than we value our loose kin. Which might explain why, when it comes to festivities like birthdays and Christmas, we'll give our most expensive present and fancy presents like tiaras to our significant others, whereas we might give slightly more thrifty gifts like Kit Kats to our friends. And that is actually a gift I gave somebody for their 30th birthday because I'm wonderful. Now, the most significant gift any one person is likely to give another is the engagement ring. Now, the amount that a man spends on engagement ring is positively correlated with the income of both the man and the woman. However, it's also negatively correlated with the woman's age, with slightly younger women getting slightly more expensive engagement rings, which might be a representation of the higher value we place on women with more years of reproductive viability ahead of them. However, it's not the amount of money that really matters. In an experiment by Flynn and Adams, they got a load of participants and randomly assigned them to two different groups. In one group, the participants were asked to imagine themselves as gift givers, the other group as gift receivers. The gift givers were asked, do you think a person receiving a gift would prefer a CD or an iPod? And the gift givers always said they'll prefer an iPod. Whereas the gift receivers, who were then split into two further groups and asked to imagine being given a CD or an iPod, they rated both as equally important and equally significant. So while it might be tempting to show how much you care for somebody by really, really splashing the cash, actually the amount of money you lay down doesn't always correlate with how much a person appreciates the gift that you give them. And there's a fair amount of research, and I'm sure a lot of you can think of examples from your own lives, that suggest that the most important and the most valued gift that you can give a person is a gift that you've put a lot of thought and time and effort into, or gifts that really reflect that person that you're giving the gift to and really represent them or your relationship with them. And sentimental gifts being, sometimes referring to in-jokes, are some of the best gifts you can give them. So with that in mind, and the evidence suggesting that it really is the thought that counts, I want to congratulate the Ignite team on the amazing work they've done bringing us Ignite over the past 5 years. And I want to thank you by giving you Kit Kats!